Hey guys, my name's Yossi, and thanks for clicking on my video. I apologize for the mess in the back. I have not cleaned my room in a while, but that's besides the point for this video. This video is going to be a very special video for me. Probably one of the most important ones that I'm ever going to make in my lifetime. And I'm about to talk about my best friend, Hailey. Okay, so to start out with, Hailey was my best friend in elementary school. Me and my best friend Shannon, we were best friends with Hailey too, and we had another girl in our little posse group that was friends with her as well. And today I'm making a video to talk about Hailey. Why? Because today is September 15th. September 15th is a very special day, at least to me. It's Hailey's birthday. And she would have turned 21. Probably asking, why are you saying would've? Should you be saying, she's turning 21, you're gonna go out and have fun together, Reason why I say she would have turned 21 today is because she's no longer with us. September 15th is my best friend Hailey's birthday. She would have turned 21 today. And I wish she was here to celebrate it. Now, for some of you guys who don't know who I'm talking about, let me rewind a little bit about Hailey. My best friend Shannon and I met Hailey back whenever we were in preschool. We were in the same class together and we just hit it off, and we were best friends ever since then. It wasn't until October 29th, 2003 that our lives were about to change. October 29th was a regular day, pretty normal. Sun was shining, it was a nice day outside, maybe some clouds in the sky, but it was a really good day. It was around, I'm guessing around 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30, that we were in class, and Hailey's mom, which she also worked at the school that me, Shannon, and Hailey attended. So she came into our classroom and was like, hey, Hailey has a doctor's appointment. I need to pick her up and take her. So I remember waving at her, smiling and tell her, I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you feel better. And she said, see you tomorrow. And she left. So I left the school around 3:45, 4 o'clock. My mom also worked at the school that we attended, so she stayed for a little while to finish up some office work, and we were on our way home. Well, on the way home, we passed by Hailey's neighborhood, and I got this weird feeling in my stomach. Like, I felt like stomach pain, or like kind of like an ache, kind of like I ate something bad and I'm feeling a little sick. And I didn't tell my mom anything, but I'm just like, hey mom, can't we just go by Hailey's house to see if she's okay, because she went to the doctor's office, so I guess she's not feeling well. I just want to make sure that she's okay. And obviously my mom said no. We had other things to do, like grocery shopping. I had to do my homework, and she had to start dinner and everything like that. So The next day happens, and Hailey or her mom is not at school. And so I'm like, okay, maybe she was sick. Maybe, you know, she kind of had maybe like what I had, maybe a 24-hour bug or something. And, you know, Hailey's mom decided to stay, you know, home to help her and to take care of her. But it was towards the end of the day, and I remember, I think it was the principal or the assistant principal. It could have been both of them, I don't remember. But I remember one of them taking me, Shannon, and our other friend aside out of the classroom and into the hallway, a little further down the hall, saying that Hailey and her mom are gone. That they've died. I remember our one friend just bawling and being hysterical. Shannon, I think she was crying. I remember her like covering her face. And I remember just standing there in a state of shock. 'Cause I'm like, what do you mean gone? What do you mean dead? Where's my best friend? What do you mean? That's all going through my head because I never comprehended death. I never experienced someone who died in my life. Everybody that I personally know is living. I've never had to deal even with a goldfish dying or a pet dying or a plant dying. I never dealt with death up until that day. And I don't remember crying at all. I don't remember saying anything. I was just standing there and I couldn't say a word while my friends are crying. I'm not crying. I remember my mom telling me what happened, trying to get me to understand that Hailey and her mom are gone and they're not coming back. She didn't tell me how she died. Not until later on. Later on, when the years go past, it was still pretty hard to deal and to understand how my best friend died. And I think one night I just had an episode to where I was just so angry and so upset to where, you know, I just blurted out that I was, you know, mad about Hailey dying and stuff like that. And my mom sat me down and told me that Hailey died of a murder-suicide. Her mom killed Hailey and she ended up killing herself. And to give you a backstory, it's just a small backstory, her mom had bipolar disorder, also with a case of depression. And she believed that Hailey would grow up to have the same mental problems that she's having. And she didn't want Hailey to grow up with those problems and to live with them every single day because her mom wasn't the greatest mentally, and she didn't want that for Hailey. So she decided to end her life to make sure that she kind of just nipped it in the bud. I remember that day, this growing anger in my heart. Like I've never experienced being that angry until that day. Hailey died October 29th, 2003. She was 8 years old. And today, September 15th, she would have been 21. It saddens me, and it also gets me really angry that she's not here to celebrate her 21st birthday with me and my best friend. It's unfair she didn't have a choice, and it still gets me so sad to know that she's not here. And I wonder almost every single day where she would be in life if she was here, what she'd be majoring in if she was here, what she would be doing, who would she be dating, who would be her other friends. She never got to experience that, and it makes me so sad to know that she's not here to celebrate. I'm not going to try to make this video really dark and gloomy. The whole point of it was to celebrate my best friend's 21st birthday. And with that, I'm gonna share everything she loved to do, everything she loved in general, moments in time to whenever we would hang out, all our best memories. That's the best I can do when it comes to celebrating her 21st birthday. There's so many memories that I have of me and Hailey, and it's just little things. Some of you might find it weird, some of you might find it gross. I don't care. This is just how little kids were at my age. I remember whenever we would have lunch, and there was this one particular lunch to where we had like corn and mashed potatoes, and I think it was like chicken nuggets, and obviously you can have like, you know, ketchup, and we would have our milk. One thing that I created, and it stuck with my class and continued on through the school. I know it sounds gross, but what I would do is that I would put my mashed potatoes with my corn and put ketchup on them and dip it into my chicken nugget. So I had on my chicken nugget a pile of mashed potatoes, corn, and ketchup, and I would eat it. It was absolutely delicious. And I remember Hailey always telling me that was so gross. Oh man, but she tried it and she actually loved it, so joke's on you, bud. We would always be on each other's team when it came to PE and all that stuff. Hailey loved horses. She loved everything about horses. Whenever that famous movie Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron came out, she was all for it. I had the horse action figures and the little Indian and the eagle, and you know, I'd bring them and we'd play with them and everything. And she also ignited that love for video games. Hailey loved video games. At the time it came out, the PlayStation 2 came out, and so we played Spyro a lot together, and she played other video games too, but she loved video games, and that's kind of where the love for video games came from, because I was like, whoa, I don't have this at home. This is cool. What else? Aside from her loving horses, she just loved animals in general. Personally, I think she probably would have been a veterinarian if she was still here with us. She just loved animals. More like dogs and cats and horses, stuff like that. She wasn't a big fan of insects, or at least from what I remember. Hailey had a loving and caring heart at such a young age. Back in, I want to say kindergarten and first grade, I fractured my growth plate in my ankle. I did it twice. And Hailey was always there for me. She always wanted to push my wheelchair. She would, you know, hold my book bag. She wrote me get well cards. She actually made them with all these like stickers, and everything, and you're just very, very kind young girl. My favorite memory of all, it was a few months before she passed away. I went over to her house. Her mom picked us up from school. We went over to her house. After we, took our shoes off and everything, we finished our homework, and we played Spyro for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. After we were done, we kind of wanted a snack, and she's like, hey, do you want like maybe a fruit roll-up or a foot by the foot or some Gushers? We've got all those. And I'm like, my mom doesn't allow me to have them. And she said, well, if you don't tell, I won't tell. So I had Gushers for the first time, and they were pretty epic. After we had our snack, we went outside to her patio. In her patio, she had like this really big pool and a slide, and there was this really big beach ball outside, and we made up a game to where we had to make sure that the beach ball wasn't going to touch the water. We had to kick it over the pool, and if it, the beach ball touched the water, then we lose. And I don't know how this happened, but we ended up getting soaked to the bone, and her laughing and carrying on, and then all of a sudden you see her mom coming out, and she scolded us for getting all wet, and it was the best day ever. It sucks to know that Hailey isn't around physically to be here for her 21st birthday, or just to be here in general, to be with me and Shannon. It still hurts to this day to know that she's gone and that I can't do anything about bringing her back. But once in a while, like a moment like this, when I'm thinking about her, and I feel this loving hold around me, and I know it's her, because it always happens whenever I think about her, and it's comforting to know that she is still here watching me. It's comforting. I'm gonna end this video with saying this. Hailey, I love you, and I miss you. I miss you every single day ever since you left us. But I know you're watching over me and Shannon every day, and you're probably shaking your head sometimes at stuff that we do. But just know that we love you, we miss you, and we'll see you again one day. Happy birthday, bud.